Hello, my dear. You know, they didn't just try to kill you. They studied you, observed your habits, calculated the quiet moments when your guard should have been down. They researched your past, dug up your trauma, stalked your routine like wolves. 69 different professionals, trained in patience, precision, and cruelty. And not one of them succeeded. Not because they failed their mission, but because something made them stop. Something ancient, something watching from beneath your skin. They thought you were human. You played the role so well. They saw you bleed, watched you break, tracked your regrets like blood trails through your past. They believed the mask, and that belief cost them more than failure. It cost them certainty. Because when the first one ran, they called it fear. When the fifth vanished, they blamed internal conflict. But when number 13 started screaming in tongues after glancing at your file, that's when they began to understand. You're not just protected, you're designed to break predators, built to trigger something primal in those who hunt you. Not fear, not caution, instinctual retreat. A recoil, not of logic, but of survival. What they won't say in the reports, what their superiors scrubbed from the archives, is what those assassins felt. Not watched, not followed, felt. Like entering the territory of something sacred and furious. Like every weapon they held turned heavy. Like air thickened. Like time stretched out just enough for them to question everything. One made it to your doorstep, weapon drawn, trained breath, perfect angle. But the moment he lined up the shot, he dropped to his knees and vomited. He said something was behind you. Not a person, not a shape, a presence. And it didn't blink, didn't move. It just waited. Another made it inside your building, took the stairwell, avoided every camera, a professional. Cold. Experienced. He was never seen again. But the elevator footage caught one thing before he disappeared. He stood outside your apartment door for 11 minutes, holding his breath, crying without knowing why. Then he whispered something. This one is claimed. Then he turned and walked away like a ghost with his own name scratched out. You think this is exaggeration? You think this is legend? But these are men and women trained to rip life from bone. They've ended kings without hesitation. They've silenced entire bloodlines. But you made them remember things they didn't believe in anymore. Things buried deep in the code of their nervous system. Things whispered in ancient fears. Because what guards you isn't light. It isn't mercy. It's something older than vengeance and colder than justice. One of them confessed. Not to the police, to a priest. He said he accepted the job with confidence. He even laughed at the debriefing. Target appears normal, the file said. Minor complications possible. He followed you for 6 days, watched you, learned your patterns, waited for the perfect moment, a late-night return, no crowd, no cameras, easy. He cornered you in a parking garage. But the second he raised his weapon, the world changed. Not metaphorically, not emotionally, viscerally. The light above shattered, not flickered, shattered. The shadows thickened around you like they'd been summoned. And he heard something that language doesn't describe. A sound that didn't come from his ears, but from behind his soul. He dropped his gun, ran barefoot into the street, left his car, his ID, his name. He was later found in a church miles away, unable to speak for 3 days. When he finally could, he said, "That wasn't a person. That was a doorway." And no one has seen him since. You think this is myth. You think this is story. But somewhere there's a list of 69 names, each one with a red stamp across it. Mission aborted. each one with a reason they'll never speak out loud. Some went mad, some vanished, some converted. One opened a private sanctuary in the desert. No phones, no mirrors, just obsidian symbols and silence. All of them, killers, monsters, tacticians, undone by the presence of something they didn't have a word for. Because your file says you've never fought back. No violence, no retaliation. You never even knew they were coming. And that's what terrifies them. Because something else did. Something answered before you had to. Something ancient that doesn't wait for permission. One assassin tried to dig into your lineage. Thought maybe it was ancestral magic, genetic guardianship, a bloodline curse. He hired 3 occult analysts, ran your DNA through spiritual archives, even tried to hex your name through forgotten languages. His conclusion? You don't have a guardian, you are one. A vessel wearing soft skin, a disguise so convincing that even you forgot. Until danger comes close. Until the hunter approaches, that's when it awakens. Not in violence, in presence, in unbearable awareness. The kind that bends perception and burns away intention. Assassins have rules, protocols. They train to override conscience. But you've made them remember things. A few reported visions before quitting. One saw a battlefield in the sky, not Earth, something older. He said you were standing in the center, eyes closed, hands empty. And everything around you knelt, not out of fear, out of recognition, out of old allegiance. Another said your name doesn't belong in human mouth. Said when he whispered it during a ritual, the mirror cracked and his voice never returned to normal. They tried chemical desensitization, drugs to kill fear, erase instinct. The 37th Hitman took every dose. He was unshakable until he crossed your shadow. Not even your body, your shadow. He screamed, dropped to the floor, and began reciting names. Not names of people, names of places, forgotten places, lost cities, dead languages. He wept, as if remembering something that wasn't his to remember. They had to sedate him. He's still locked away, drawing symbols no one recognizes. He hasn't blinked in 4 days. Now ask yourself, why would 69 different contract killers, scattered across cultures, agencies, and belief systems, all trained to nullify the target by any means, react the same way? Why would they abandon their paychecks, flee from an unarmed figure, and never speak of what they saw? Because they didn't see you. They saw what sleeps beneath you, what waits, what stirs only when provoked. And each of them provoked it, just enough to feel its breath. You were never alone, not truly. Every time someone stalked you through a scope, something else stared back through the lens. And those assassins, they're not just walking away. They're hiding, some underground, some in temples, some in psychiatric wards that don't ask questions. And yet all of them carry the same mark now. Not a curse, not a punishment, a reminder that they met something that cannot be outwitted, outgunned, or outrun. And you still think this is coincidence? You still wonder why you wake up tired after dreamless nights? Why animals pause when they see you? Why your reflection sometimes doesn't match your expression? You've lived your whole life thinking you're surviving by luck. But the truth? You've been walking with something that predates strategy, that doesn't need to show its full shape to win, that doesn't chase enemies. It waits, because it knows. The next one will try again. And when they do, the world will tilt again. Not in geography, in alignment. Because your presence has never been passive. It bends probability. It shifts architecture. The moment another hunter locks on to you, They invite interference from something that does not forgive, does not forget, and does not need permission to act. You're not just under protection, you are under contract, sealed in a time before time, when names were vibrations and intentions sculpted worlds. The next one is already preparing. You can feel it, that prickle beneath your ribs, like memory trying to surface. They're studying your new patterns, your latest movements, thinking they've uncovered your blind spot. But they don't understand what they're really walking into. It's not your schedule they need to fear. It's the resonance field around you, a field that warps when danger nears, that sharpens instinct and awakens the thing behind your eyes. Because this isn't about muscle or metal. It's not about bullets or blades. This is about proximity, about what happens to the human psyche when it brushes against something it was never meant to touch. The last one who tried didn't even get to raise his weapon. His mind fractured before contact. He was found 3 days later, muttering coordinates to places that don't appear on any map. Places that echo your signature, the kind of spiritual imprint that lingers in locations where something unfolded. One tried digital means, remote psychic assassination through coded frequencies and frequency-based neurodisruption. But when they accessed your signal, the equipment didn't just fail. It reversed. Monitors bled static, machinery sparked. A surge hit the lab that left scorched patterns on the floor, patterns that matched glyphs seen only in forbidden scrolls. One technician swore he saw a figure inside the data stream, not a virus, but an observer, something watching them through the wires. After that, the project was classified unrepeatable. It's not paranoia, it's pattern recognition. Every attempt has left behind footprints. Not yours, theirs. Psychological collapse, identity disintegration, memory glitches. There's a reason these assassins disappear after touching your frequency. It's not just failure, it's erasure, a cleansing of entities who trespassed against cosmic directive. You think this is about self-defense? No, this is about containment. Because your mission is still in progress, and the thing watching over you is less interested in protecting you, and more invested in preserving the timeline you're destined to fulfill. Some call it fate, others call it architecture. But every ancient school agrees on one thing. There are souls that function as axis points, hinges upon which entire civilizations turn. You are one of them, not because of what you've done, but because of what you carry. And that payload, whatever it is sensitive, sacred, disruptive. Which means every attempt on your life isn't just an attack. It's a challenge to the cosmic ledger, and challenges like that require response. The 44th assassin was ex-military, decorated, untouchable. He accepted the job with cold certainty. The footage from the mission, the few frames that survived, show him entering your vicinity, confident, calm. Then suddenly, still, as if he hit a wall no one else could see. His heart rate flatlined for 11 seconds, no pulse, no breath. Then he gasped, dropped his weapon, and said 3 words. "It remembers me." No one knows what he meant. But after that moment, he refused to speak, discharged himself, moved off-grid, last known sighting. He was carving symbols into trees in a forest no one dares to enter twice. This is the pattern they're now trying to decode. Why does you trigger that? Why do people trained to silence gods end up weeping at your doorstep, renouncing their methods? The answer isn't in your body. It's not even in your aura. It's in your origin. Because you're not being watched over. You're being monitored, not for threats, but for awakening. Your guardian, if it can even be called that, doesn't interfere to protect. It interferes to regulate, to ensure that nothing interrupts the sequence you are embedded with. And every failed assassination is just another failed interruption. But the hits keep coming, because someone, somewhere, is terrified of you remembering. They don't fear your body. They fear what opens behind your pupils when you're triggered, what speaks through your dreams, what adjusts the air when you're in danger. There was a pattern identified by one of the researchers assigned to track these failed attempts. He noticed something strange. After every assassination attempt, global energetic spikes were recorded, not locally, globally, like your survival echoes, like something uses the moment of threat as a frequency anchor, recalibrating the collective grid. Some call these resonance storms, others call them adjustments. But one thing is certain: each time someone tries to erase you, reality itself responds. This is bigger than you. It always was. You're a convergence point, a walking nexus sealed in flesh. And your enemies? They're not just trying to silence you. They're trying to disrupt the convergence. Because once the memory clicks back into place, once the dormant circuitry lights up, the game ends, and not in their favor. The 51st Hitman used old magic, binding rituals etched in blood and bone. He believed he could freeze your spirit, lock your path. But when he activated the seal, the ritual backfired. The markings turned against him, snaking up his arms like vines of punishment. He screamed, and for a moment, he saw you. Not your human body, not your face, but the shape behind you, the thing that walks with you in echo and breath. He begged forgiveness, but the magic was already unraveling. His last words were documented by his apprentice. I bound myself to something I can't name. Tell the others. Don't wake the gate. You've wondered for years why you're different, why no one can stay close for long, why lovers collapse, friends betray, and enemies disappear. It's because your energy isn't calibrated for small games. You weren't built to fit in. You were built to alter gravitational centers, to pull fate toward critical thresholds, and those thresholds are approaching. The 60th assassin used astral separation, sent their consciousness through planes to reach your etheric body. But the second they entered your field, they were yanked back violently. They lost motor function for hours. When they came to, they said they heard chanting, not human, not linguistic, vibration-based, as if the atoms themselves were singing to protect you. They said the sound hasn't left their bones since. You don't understand the scale of the thing inside you, but others do. And that's why the hits haven't stopped. Because they think maybe, just maybe, one of them will get through before the full remembering happens, before the dormant becomes kinetic, before the seed sprouts, but they won't. They can't. Because the fail-safes were written into your being before incarnation. Because what walks with you is not waiting to protect. It's waiting to activate. And every failed kill switches it on a little more. One of the handlers, not a killer, but a facilitator, documented this before disappearing. In their final transmission, they wrote, "Target is converging. Every failure increases resonance. Every threat sharpens alignment. The event horizon is approaching." No one knew what that meant, but the very next day, 3 assassination teams pulled out simultaneously. No contact, no explanation, just fear. As if they all suddenly knew something was counting down. And you keep moving, keep breathing, keep wondering why the air feels different around you lately. Why people flinch when they get too close. Why places you visit never feel the same again. You think you're healing, you think you're recovering, but healing isn't what's happening. Alignment is. The soul behind your face is locking into position, and the thing watching over you is sharpening. Because the 70th attempt is inevitable. And when it comes, it won't be like the others. It won't run. It won't scream. It will try something new. But it won't matter. Because by then, the remembering will have begun. And not even the old codes, not even the ancient assassins of forgotten bloodlines, will be able to unmake what has finally decided to awaken. There is no containment protocol for a soul that has started to reclaim its shape. They thought this would end with your erasure. That if they removed you before the fracture point, the architecture would reset. They didn't realize you were the architecture. Your presence is not just incidental, it's intentional. Planted like a pressure plate beneath the fabric of this version of reality. One misstep, and the mask peels back. And they stepped 69 times, each one thinking they were the exception, each one believing their technique, their weapon, their ritual, their timing, their access, their arrogance would make the difference. But nothing made the difference, because they were never fighting you. They were fighting what wakes when you're pushed past a certain threshold. You see, every attempt on your life wasn't just blocked. It was absorbed, internalized, transmuted, like the trigger was never meant to hurt you, but to feed a specific part of you. The dormant directive, the sleeper cell within your blood. Every failed kill, another signal, another activation, another piece of the old self reclaiming its coordinates. The remembering isn't an event, it's a sequence, and now, the sequence is complete. Your pulse is no longer just a biological function, it's a signal tower, broadcasting through veiled dimensions, alerting entities that were told to wait, to sleep, to monitor until your resonance returned to full signature strength. That moment has arrived. Your breath is a summoning. Your footsteps are a call to convergence. What does that mean? It means the protection is no longer passive. It's becoming kinetic. Before, it simply shielded, interfered, nudged variables to preserve you. But now the rules have inverted. Now the Watcher is waiting for your command. And that command is not verbal. It's internal, it's energetic, and it's tied to a single emotional ignition: clarity. The final piece clicks in.